WWPH. Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. 107.9 WWPH. Worldwide radio. From the studios at West Windsor Plainsboro High Schools North and South. 107.9 FM. WWPH Princeton Junction.
Good afternoon. This is the Fantastic Five on 107.9 FM with my last show of the school year. I'll be your host today. My name is Reet and I'm joined by
Saharsh,
Natalia, and Estelle. And we have a bunch of fun stuff planned for you guys, so tune in.
Spotted, the best way to elevate your day. It's 107.9 where the fun talks meet the best music in town. Turn up the volume for a mix of unforgettable moments, smart conversations, and songs that will make your day brighter. You know you love it. XOXO 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
You know when you're on your way to the bathroom and sometimes you just wander off to the other side of the school building? Or is that just me? Either way, make sure you always have a pass in your hands at all times and don't wander off too far because you might go past your designated areas. Now, with the color-coded passes, teachers can tell if you're roaming the hallways. Not that I ever did that, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. This important public service announcement is brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
You're listening to the station that's last on the dial, but first in our hearts. WWPH 107.9 FM in Princeton Junction.
It's always a good time on 107.9. We have our Community Spotlight segment right now, so this week I wanted to highlight the Blue Zone Museum. I don't think I've really been finding the best topics for our spotlight, but I think this is a really good one. This is like a good niche topic. So AP Psychology students, including myself, are presenting ways in which West Windsor can become a blue zone, so to speak, which is basically these areas around the world where people have managed to live to 100 in perfect health because of their lifestyles and their environment. So the projects are basically going to be like this museum exhibit that they have set up in the media center, and each one features a different practice that Blue Zone residents use to stay in good health. Specific topics include healthy eating, exercise, connectivity, and life purpose. So basically what's going to happen is other classes are being invited to visit the museum exhibits from the 15th through the 17th, so I think today is the last day that they're going to be doing it. The goal is basically to bring these practices to our community and improve health and transform West Windsor into a blue zone. I really love this project. I thought it was really interesting to learn about like how all these other people in the world are living their best lives. Like they're really happy and very healthy, and they're like in their 80s and 90s. They have no health issues.
It's definitely really cool how you guys are doing a project like this, because I do remember seeing like a documentary about blue zones, I think a year or so ago. It's basically like, and most of the people in like, there's these 5 places in the world where like most of the population ends up living to 100, and not only do they like live to 100 and like beyond 100, they live it like healthily, so like they don't really ever get health problems and stuff. Those 5 places are Loma Linda in California, Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Ikaria in Greece, and Nicoya in Costa Rica. And these 5 places, like you mentioned about healthy eating and community, in these places, like you don't really see much of like the loneliness epidemic, which like is prevalent in a lot of different places in the world. Like most of these people who live to 100 and beyond that, they like are really active within their community, and like they always talk to other people, and even if they eat like, I guess you could say more like what we would consider unhealthy food, like I don't know, carb heavy pasta or like even wine, everything they eat there is like locally sourced, locally made. So like since they're all the food they eat is like, you know, local, no preservatives or anything like that, it's also better for them.
Yeah, I used to live in Costa Rica for 7 years, and people have to recycle. Like, it's crazy how strict that is, like, in there. And it kind of makes sense because, like, Costa Rica is well known because of, like, the forest and the animals and all of that, and how they preserve it and all of that. So it kind of makes sense. And I really like that they do that because it creates, like, a drastic change in the environment that it's more healthy, and the animals, there's like less percentages that they will die and all of that.
Yeah, I think the best part about this is that the people that like live to 100 are actually like perfectly healthy, like they don't have any issues. Because I know when we were all kids, all of us probably were like, I want to live to 100, blah 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 blah. But then when you get older, you're like, oh, that would actually be pretty sad. That happened to me. Like I saw like my grandparents and you know, like just elderly people in general have a lot of health issues, like maybe with their joints or like just in general. I was like, I don't think I would want to live that long if all those issues came along with it, but like it would be so awesome to like be in good health and live like to 100. That would be so awesome. Yeah, I really learned a lot from that documentary. I think it's the same one that Saharsh watched. That's how we studied for it.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. So yeah, I really wish that I could just easily eat healthy and exercise and in the way that these people do, because the thing is, it's like, it's not the most conventional way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People here, you think, oh, we have to go to the gym once a week and we have to eat protein bars in order to stay healthy, but it's more like these people are like, they walk a lot. They don't necessarily engage in strenuous exercise. They they have a lot of walking. Where they live, there's lots of mountains. And they also eat food that, like how here we need to eat meat a lot, I guess, but people in Costa Rica, they had like corn and beans, and squash. Those are like the three sisters or something. And so that gives them all the amino acids they need without having to eat meat. And the thing is, here meat has like, you know, extra fats in it.
Yeah.
So it's actually not as good for you. Yeah,
So, especially like a lot of people here love to eat red meat. Like I know my whole family. I don't eat red meat because like when I was younger, like the thought of just pigs and all that stuff just I was a friend to the animals. Okay, that's it. But my brother and my entire family like eat a lot of red meat. Sometimes we go to like those Chinese hot pot places and stuff, and it's just a table full of red meat. And like I guess maybe to them it tastes good and everything, but like red meat is not like the healthiest for you. Like I know this, like you should stick to white meat if you're gonna eat meat, like to get protein, because red meat comes with like a lot of heart issues, like it gives you a lot of issues like that. And so I feel like, and I know Americans like eat so much red meat, like bacon, that's a staple like breakfast food for Americans. And it's not just that it's red meat, like they fry it in so much oil and like it's so greasy and stuff, and like I guess obviously it tastes good to them if they're eating it every day, but it's obviously not good for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, plant alternatives to getting protein, like chickpeas for one are like they have really high content of protein, but like they don't come with, you know, all those added negatives that like meat also brings. And with all these 5 blue zones, like yeah, they normally just eat like vegetables and that type of stuff. You don't really hear about them eating meat per se. And then unfortunately, at least in Okinawa, it's possible that like within like the next 20 years or so, it will no longer be classified as a blue zone, because a lot of the teenagers and like I guess young adult population, like people under 30, because they're like more increasingly screen dependent, like the whole loneliness epidemic stuff is like starting to reach there as well. So it's starting to look like that generation of people, when they grow up, they're not going to reach that same age that their, you know, parents and grandparents did. So it's unfortunate to see that happening to one of these 5 blue zones. So it's entirely possible that in like the next 30 years or something, there's only gonna be 4 left.
But it's also possible that we could create new ones.
Yep.
So, yeah, they actually showed in that documentary they started implementing the same practices and stuff from blue zones into other American towns. One of them, ironically, being Fort Worth, Cowtown. Since we were on the topic of meat and stuff, that's like Texas is the heart and soul of barbecue.
Yeah.
So, I'm moving there. I'm not coming back. I'm moving to Fort Worth. Anyways, I hope anyone who got to see the museum presentations was able to take something away, maybe implement some healthier practices in their life, and yeah, hopefully, maybe one day, who knows, West Windsor could be a blue zone. Welcome back to 107.9 FM. Since we're on the topic of food, I figured it's the perfect excuse for me to play one of my favorite games on the show. It's my dessert quiz, where basically I'm going to ask you, or I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to give you the name of a dessert, and I'm going to tell you what it's made of, and you're going to try to guess what country it's from.
Okay.
Have I played this with any of you guys before?
I don't think I have played this before.
I've played this one before. Maybe at club or something, I'm not sure. But I've played this before.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy it. So the first one I have is baklava. I think that's a pretty popular one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pastry made with layers of phyllo dough and chopped nuts and sweetened with honey or syrup.
Is this from
Turkey?
Yes, where's the bell? You got it. Okay, the next one is kulak pisang. It's just sliced bananas served with a really sweet sauce.
Indonesia.
Indonesia is correct. Sorry, that took me a second. Okay, the next one is flan. It's a rich, creamy egg custard with caramel topping.
Spain.
Saharsh is on a roll. I think I made these a little too easy.
No, they're not easy.
Okay, the next one is beignets. I think we've heard of that one too. Deep fried squares of yeast dough, very light and airy, and they're topped with powdered sugar.
France.
France is correct.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, the next one might be a little more difficult. It's called potica. It's like a rolled cake with rich filling, traditionally made with walnuts, but tarragon, poppy seeds, and hazelnuts are also commonly used.
It's either Croatia or Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Croatia is correct.
Okay.
I think I have.
Wait, why do you know that?
A lot of these desserts I actually don't know about. I'm just going based off the linguistic tone of the words themselves.
Yeah, same. That's why.
That's the only reason why I knew it was Turkey for the
So
first one.
I actually have good pronunciation?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, baklava? I knew that was from Turkey from like eating baklava. It's so good.
Yeah,
But I don't understand the whole linguistic tone.
this one's from, it says Croatia/Slovenia.
Okay.
So I'll give that to you. The next one is called biscotti. Twice baked cookies known for being dry and crunchy and usually dipped in coffee or dessert.
Italy.
You both got that. Good job. Alright, the next one is tres leches. It's a light, airy cake made from 3 different milks. Evaporated, condensed, and cream.
Mexico.
Wait, let me double check. Yes, Mexico. You got it. Okay, our last one is bread pudding. It's cubes of bread baked in rich, sweet custard with cinnamon or nutmeg and often flavored with vanilla and raisins.
It's gotta be Britain.
America?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Britain has like the weirdest
Yeah,
desserts.
Britain's.
This was one of the
desserts,
more
like, is so
normal
weird.
ones I found. I wasn't fond of the others. Anyways, that's enough for our food game, but we'll be right back with more fun talks and games.
radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
This is Estelle here with the 107.9 FM Campus Flash for Wednesday, June 17, 2026. The Student Council representative applications for the 2026 to 2027 school year have just been released and are officially available for students to fill out. The deadline to submit your application is June 30th, and you can find all the specific details and forms in your Google Classroom. Students have a special long weekend coming up. The WWP School District will be closed on Friday, June 19th for Juneteenth. A proper send-off to high school SAT seniors will take place on June 24th. The annual graduation ceremony will be from 2:30 to 4 p.m. at the Care Arena. In other school and community news, students at a local high school are encouraged to show up to school in their mascot colors to raise spirit and spread positivity. High School North shares their spirit each Friday by wearing the colors blue and silver. The annual Princeton Art Festival is going on till June 21st at the Northern Museum. The LEGO Robotics Camp begins on June 22nd at the Hun School of Princeton. The Pacific Southern Railway is bringing back their train show on June 20th. Checking your local weather, it's currently 79 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It's kind of cloudy, and for a look ahead, tomorrow is going to be pretty cloudy too, but you can expect lots of sunny weather on Friday and Saturday. This has been Estelle Chedier with your 107.9 FM Campus Flash for Wednesday, June 17, 2026.
Alright, the plane has reached its maximum altitude. It's time to jump.
107.9 FM.
It's over the edge!
This is Reet on 107.9 FM. If I could go anywhere in the world right now, I'd go to IKEA. It's not even about wanting to be there just for the sake of being at IKEA, if that makes sense, but either way, is it so wrong to find thorough enjoyment in admiring furniture pieces and indulging in frozen yogurt? Besides that, IKEA has a lot of sentimental value for me, and it was one of my favorite stores as a kid, probably because of the ball pit. I even got my childhood toy from IKEA. The issue is I haven't been back there in way too long. It's been years. Recently, it's occurred to me that this is probably my last year living in New Jersey and with all my friends, so I want to do as much with them as possible. My goal before I graduate is to make the most of my time and do as much as I can and want to, and I'd encourage everyone to try the same thing. I personally would hate to reflect on my senior year of high school and think, man, I wish I had done this, and I'll never get to. I should have gone to IKEA. I don't want any opportunities to pass me by, especially if I'll never have them again. So if you get the chance, make sure to spend some quality time with your friends and family, especially if it's at IKEA.
If you want some baking tips, go call your grandma.
Hi, sweetheart. You want some real radio? Flip on 107.9 FM in Princeton Junction.
For one of our last segments of the day on 107.9 FM for podcasts, we have our bit of the day, the last weekly challenge pit. Sorry, that's a little underwhelming. It's Would You Rather. So yeah, you guys know how this game goes. You're gonna pick one or the other, and we'll see our differing opinions. So, would you rather cuddle a koala or a panda?
Koala.
Koala.
Panda.
I heard koalas are aggressive.
So are pandas. Pandas are dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't look dangerous. If not friend, then why friend shaped?
I'm thinking that applies to both of them. They both look really
Yeah.
cute, you know?
Yeah. Here's one that I like. Would you rather have to fight 20 cockroach-sized bears or one bear-sized cockroach?
20 cockroach-sized bears.
Cockroach-sized bears.
Yeah.
That would be a lot more manageable.
I think so.
Oh my gosh, I hate cockroaches.
I think I would have wanted.
Disgusting. I don't
Also,
know.
cockroaches are really hard to kill because they've been around for so long. And I've watched a TED video on this, guys. I'm
Yep.
disgustingly educated on cockroaches because I really
Especially
hate them.
those that fly.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on this. That is my worst fear, my second worst fear. I cannot deal with cockroaches at all.
They're so rude.
And they're so hard to kill because they've evolved, especially American cockroaches. They've evolved over time because they were there when like the dinosaurs
Yep.
were there.
Actually,
And yes, bro, they've evolved
Look, if
so
they're still-
much.
if
they
they-
can resist everything.
If they survived since the dinosaurs, they're doing something right in evolution.
They are.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, okay. I think I wouldn't even want to fight 20 cockroach-sized cockroaches.
Yeah,
so
me neither.
I'll take the bears. Would you rather have the ability to talk to animals or speak every language?
Talk to animals.
Talk to animals, obviously.
I would want to speak languages.
I mean, I could see why, like, you can connect to people of like, a bunch of different cultures, but animals, I feel like it'd also be more beneficial for, like, science and stuff, too.
Yeah, so
Because one of the biggest mystery scientists have about animals is, like, their forms of communication, what they talk about, and all that stuff. And being able to actually talk with animals would provide a huge insight into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I speak with people more than I speak with animals. I don't think I've expressed the desire to understand another language more than I've expressed the desire to understand another animal. So, would you rather know how you die or when you die?
Neither.
I think I thought about this, and I wanted to include this here for a reason. I would rather know how because I never want to know when my life would end, because then I'm going to be dreading it. And
I would do how too, probably. These are both horrible.
I mean, in both cases,
true,
you'd kind of be dreading it. Like, for example, okay, if you know that you're gonna die because of a car accident, like, that's etched in stone. That's not gonna change. And you can't just spend your entire life worrying about cars, something as common as that, not knowing when that's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like, in this case, I would do when, because, you know, like, if I know, like, I'm gonna die soon, like, I'll just live my life to the fullest. If it's a long time later, why would I even have to worry about that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I like that. Would we rather, for a more lighter one, would we rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
Unicorn and a dragon.
Ideally, neither. But hold on. That's a lot of maintenance work. Okay.
Oh my god.
But I'd go with dragon, mostly because of some of the, I guess, advantages that would have for like military purposes.
That's what you're thinking? No. Military purposes? Why can't you just have a dragon?
Yeah, why is the military in there?
Don't exploit your beloved pets.
I love unicorns. Like, I still love unicorns. I don't know why. Unicorns are
Me
so
too.
mystical and magical.
They're so cutesy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
God bless you.
Sorry.
Are there any questions that you guys want to look at? I have links on here too.
Okay, would you rather go camping with your family or stay at a fancy hotel?
I put this one here for Mahika because she supposedly went camping and stayed at a hotel instead. So.
Oh.
But I think camping's an experience. Like, you can go to a hotel anywhere.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like you have more opportunity to do that than to like go camping.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with camping too.
Like, you get to do more.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather be able to fly like a bird or swim like a dolphin?
I'd rather fly because then I don't have to swim.
I'd rather swim like a dolphin.
Yeah, I'd probably go with flying too. That removes the need for swimming at all.
And driving.
Well, yeah, but the swimming thing's pretty awesome. Like, imagine living in the ocean like Poseidon. It's pretty cool. Okay, would you rather live in a giant shoe or a giant hat? I think I'd live in a shoe.
This is giving the Zendaya hat theory.
I would just say shoe because
I think structurally, I feel like structurally a shoe is more practical.
Really?
Yeah, because think of it like a bunker, okay? If I put it underground, all I would need is a small hatch, a ladder going up, and the rest of it's like a long room. If it's a hat, you have this like entire base area that is like uncovered.
Why are you always on survival mode? I'm gonna use a shoe as an underground bunker. I'm gonna use a dragon to go in the military.
Well, yeah, wait, what? Saharsh, you're so thought out. Think out everything. Okay, would you rather have bubblegum sticking to your shoe all day or have your shoelaces constantly come untied?
I think I'd pick the gum.
I think gum is easier to deal with.
I would do the shoelaces because the gum is like so like yucky, you know what I mean? And like shoelaces you can buy like Velcro shoes and stuff, so
true,
you can get out of that.
Okay, do you want to do one last?
All right.
Sure. Would you rather become your favorite cartoon character or your favorite video game character?
I don't play a lot of video games.
And
I don't know who my favorite cartoon character would be. but I'm more likely to have one of those than a video game character, so I picked the cartoon.
Yeah, I think I don't play video games that much. I'd do cartoon too.
I'd probably go with video game. I just play more video games compared to watching cartoons, so yeah.
I prefer watching cartoons. They're so funny to watch.
Yeah, cartoons are so
Plus, they release my stress too.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. If you want to relieve stress, watch cartoons, and don't look at shoes and think of them as underground bunkers. Anyways, I think that's it for our Would You Rather, so we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning into my last podcast of the school year. It's been a pleasure. I'm your host, Reet, and I was joined by
Saharsh,
Natalia,
and Estelle.
I'll see you next year. Thank you for tuning in.